Good afternoon to you. Ooh. And welcome to our Facebook Live this evening. So my name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I come to you live on Facebook 4 times a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. And Tuesday and Thursdays I'm normally live at 7 p.m. Today we have a team meeting which is at 7 p.m. So on the basis I can't be in 2 places at once, just for today I brought forward my Facebook Live till 5 o'clock. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate most of my followers that would normally catch me live will actually catch me on catch up later, and that's absolutely fine. I'm just checking my phone to make sure and see if anybody is commenting, so I don't miss anybody out if you are. It's a very wet, rainy day here in Brackley, but let us hope things get a little bit brighter soon. It's not cold if it's any consolation. So this week I've been concentrating on celebration, and if you joined me yesterday, I need to extract my cat, bear with me. Otherwise we'll definitely have no peace. Fingers crossed that I've got enough of what I need. Okay, I'm actually going to take my jacket off. A bit warmer than I thought. Okay, so yesterday we used this stamp set. So Celebration is currently running from the beginning of August to the end of September. It's the first year that we've had celebration period from Stampin' Up later in the year, and basically what it means is free products. So free products for you placing an order, provided your order is more than £45. Free products if you join our team, and you will also get a discount on your products purchases going forward, and free products if you host a party or an event or club together with your friends. This is one of the free celebration sets that you can get for placing an order of £45 or more. As you can see, it's called Textures and Frames, and we had a little bit of fun with it yesterday. Let me just show you those cards. This was the first one we did, so very straightforward, literally just stamping the circles and then adding a sentiment. And then the second one I did, I think, was this one, where I created a look of candles, and then I added this one here with the sort of rectangular top and bottom, and then finally on suggestion of one of the viewers, we created this rather like a sort of lipstick or a makeup palette, where you have the colours changing across the bottom. Okay, so that was what we did yesterday with a stamp set. Today we're looking at some of the papers, and you can get this pack of papers. It's 12 inch by 12 inches. I've cut this down, so this is a quarter of a pack that you see, and actually there is one piece missing, and as you can see it has cute characters on one side, and then it has some patterned designs on the reverse. So really nice and bright colours. So we have this one here with the polar bear, the penguin and the fox, with some little trees in between. We have the polar bear, the penguin and the fox doing a little bit of exercise, and again some trees in between. Then we have smaller characters with little scenes. So here we have the polar bear making a snowman together with the penguin, the birds bringing the little bubble hat along, and there's a little rabbit tucked in there as well. So cute little scenes. And then we have the polar bear pulling the sledge with the penguin. We've got a fox with a scarf, and obviously a snowman or snow lady, snow person. I've had this discussion before. And then finally we've got this one here, which is the polar bear, the penguin and the fox, all with their scarves. So what is interesting about one of these sheets, this particular one, is that the penguin printed on there actually matches our penguin punch. This punch will punch out the shape of the penguin. It's called a Penguin Builder Punch. It matches our stamp set that has the penguin on, and it cuts out both the outside part of the penguin, which you would normally do in black, and then the inside part of the penguin, which you could do in white, or using some of our white velvet card. Sorry, I know you can't really see that in the light very well, that's why I tend to turn it over, and it cuts the little foot out. So what I thought I'd do for a simple card is to cut out some of the penguins and just make some scenes with those. And these papers will be the feature of our coffee and card for Friday, Wednesday, Friday and Monday. So I'll be taking some of these papers along. So it's perfect for fussy cutting, but for those that don't like fussy cutting, we can use the Penguin Punch. So the first thing to note when you want to put your penguin into the punch is, one, that he or she is upside down. And the other thing to note is that it's going to punch out this section here where you've got the polar bear and the fox. So ideally, what I would do to preserve these is just grab some scissors and just cut around the fox like so. And then you can pop that in here. And if, as I've done, it's only a small piece, then you can grab an extra little bit. So let us see. Let me grab a little strip of paper. That's all I need. Like so. And because it's going to go face down like that, you can just put a little bit of a tab on the right hand side. So you can use a post-it note. I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. Like so. Just press it onto there, give it a minute to hold. And then you can use that to slide this through onto your punch. I need to take my glasses off. And then punch out the penguin. Okay, so I've got one there. Just take this little bit off. I've already got one here that I cut, and I'll grab another one. So I'm just going to cut around here. so, and do the same thing. I'm hoping there's enough stick on there just to help me position it in my punch. There we go. Voila. Okay, so with any of the other characters, you could just literally very easy cut round them with some paper snips. I can't just see any paper snips to hand, so I'm just going to use these scissors, a little bit large for our purposes, but it will do the job. So just turning the paper round rather than the scissors. I am just leaving a small border around my polar bear, and that's because my penguin has got a small border as well. Just cut this across here. So just going to come around the edge here. So there we go. It's got a little bit of a white thing going on there, like so. So I've got a polar bear and some penguins, and let's cut out this cute little fox as well. So I'm just going to cut round it first. Where you've got some of these here that are only partly on the page, don't discard those. You could use this on the bottom of your card, for example, just to have him poking up from inside. So let me cut this one out and I'll show you. So there's that one, and then let's just cut round this fox here. So they're quite simple images. If you had very young children, they might need a little bit of help depending on their cutting ability. You could punch out the characters in some circles, for example. The only thing there is you might cut off a lot of the other bits of characters. So if, for example, you cut the large polar bear out, you're going to trim off bits of the other pieces as well. So just bear that in mind, really. I mean, you do get a lot and it is free paper. So the thing is, don't be too precious about it. Okay, so just going to cut around here. And then I'm going to use the back of some of the papers for my backing paper. So really simple. Just cut round this one ready. So if you have joined me, do say hi, so I know that you're here. As I say, I'm not usually live at this time. I used to be live at 5. There we go, I can see some hearts, thank you. Okay, let's move these little bits out of the way. Okay, now as I say, there is a stamp set that goes with this. I will show you the stamp set in a second. But what I want to do is find some papers for the background. So it's really difficult because I love this paper, but I also love these large characters. Let's have a look, see. We've got this one with the dots, which is rather nice too. So maybe what I could do is just cut a small part of that out and see how we go. So let me cut. It's about 1.5 inches of that, and I'll cut it to the width of the card. So 14.85 is my selected. No, Lynn, I can't see any comments. I don't know why I can't see any comments. Oh, I can now. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Carol. I was just merrily going along thinking there may have been one person. So thank you. Okay, so I'm going to use this as the background and I'm going to put my characters onto here. So rather than cover this little piece up and waste it, I'm going to measure this. I am going to probably pop it onto, I could put it onto Misty Moonlight, but what I'm going to do is include that, exclude that in my measuring. I'm going to deduct it in a minute. Okay, so I would normally cut this at 10, and this is 1, 2, 3.5. So I'm going to cut it at 6.5. I put that back on. That makes 10. Perfect. Okay, so I hope everybody's had a good day. I'm looking forward to our team meeting this evening. Oh, I need to cut that little bit there. So it's the same width. I think you can have just so much fun with these little characters. I think you could be, you know, you could just make, especially with children, you could just punch out these ones as well, or cut these ones out. You can make so many cards from that. So this is what I'm thinking. That's going to be my base layer like that. And then I'm going to have, I think what I'm going to do, maybe, is a penguin, my polar bear and my fox. Now the polar bear is a little bit lost in there. He would be better on this background here. So I think I'm going to revert to the original, which was 3 polar bears like that. Penguins even. And I'm actually going to use the Misty Moonlight card. For my card base. Like so, because that coordinates really nicely. And then I'm going to add a Happy Christmas strip across the bottom. So this will be a landscape card. As I say, this will be what we do for our coffee and card this week, and on Monday. We've done a fair bit of stamping recently, so something nice and simple and fun, and people can sort of do their own thing as well. Let's have a look, see how this goes. So I've got that the full width and that the full width, but slightly short top and bottom. And I'm going to do my usual trick, which is to turn these over and attach them first on the reverse. Just going to use some, you could use tear and tape, but I happen to have some sellotape to hand because I've been parceling things up this afternoon. There we go. Oops. Okay, so now I've got one piece to play with. Otherwise, what tends to happen is you put your first piece down and then you haven't got enough space, or you've got too much of a gap at the bottom. So I always try and make whatever piece this is where it's split into one piece before going onto my card. I can also then decide if I actually want a border all the way around, which I think I am going to do. Great plans and all that. So I'm just going to cut this to 14.35. So I've just got a little border all the way around. Like so. And I can see I didn't do a very good job of folding this either. So my bag is all packed for this evening's team meeting. So if anybody ever fancies joining Stampin' Up, we have a really active team, very supportive, a mix of, I would say, mostly hobby demonstrators and some business demonstrators, but we welcome everybody, whether you're a beginner crafter or an advanced crafter. And I would say that 90% of people generally join Stampin' Up for the discount. So there's always a good deal. You can just join and order for yourself, and I would say that most people start there, and then maybe a little bit later on they maybe share with their friends or do something slightly more along the sales line, but there's no necessity to. Right, I'm thinking might put them like that. Mind you, they really need somewhere to sit. Just going to grab some dimensionals to put them on with and find a suitable message. So here's some dimensionals. Just looking for a sentiment. I'm going to pop these up just straight in a line, I think. Just keep it nice and simple for our first one. Now, great technique to do with any sort of scenes, especially snow scenes, is to tear your white paper. So let's have a look here. So just going to roughly put that in the centre. Could have put some ribbon around it. This is actually fresh freesia, soft sea foam, just jade. Put one to the right. Could have him a little bit further down. Like so. They're very cute. Now I have started seeing lots of different samples using the Penguin Punch to come up with different characters. So you can always Google Stampin' Up Penguin Builder Punch. I will put an inside onto here, and what I'm going to do is use my little penguin here to be popping up, as I said. Okay, so I've got a little Merry Christmas. Actually, I could do with a larger message maybe. Let's have a quick look. So this Heartfelt Wishes has got a really nice Merry Christmas that would fit across there perfectly, so that's actually what I'm going to use. Merry Christmas, and it is literally the whole length of that side. So let me grab, I'm sorry I haven't labelled it up yet. Hope it will fit on here, just about. If not, you could use your stamparatus for it. I'm just going to literally stamp on a spare piece of card. And what would be nice is to use the scallop border along here for something. Maybe not on this particular card, but with this type of design. So I'm going to stamp in Misty Moonlight. Like so. I'm just going to, I'll stamp it once. I may need to do it a second time, as it's a brand new stamp that I haven't used or anything. We'll see how it comes out and then decide. You have a look. Yeah, so very slightly light on the bottom here. So make sure I ink that up this time round. I was doing a lot of these. I would definitely do this on the stamparatus. I'm going to put this down here. Like so. There we are. It's a really nice message. Now you could fussy cut that out. You could also look and use some stitching lines to cut that out. But as we're sticking with a simple card that we'll use for copying card, then I'm just going to literally cut it out as a strip. So I will carry on with this set of papers tomorrow. Straighten that up. see how we do. Quite deep sentiment as well. I need to even this up on either side. And just a little sliver off the top as well, so it's even to that. There we go. There we are. Okay, so I'm going to pop that on there, and I think what I might do is just put two little gems on either end. I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals as well, and I can see them. So although I have used a stamp set for the sentiment, obviously there's no sentiments with the papers. You could have made this card completely without the punch. You could just fussy cut that and use your own Christmas sentiment. So I'm going to pop that in roughly the middle. Thank you, Lynn. And I'm just going to add a few little dots on either end, a white piece inside, and then I'm going to pop my little this little penguin, which was the offcut, remember, out of there. Just pop this inside. I don't always put an inner inside my card unless it's a dark card or I want to, you know, step it up as a card itself. I'm just going to do this at 9.5 and take that other little bit off. 13.85. Okay, so I'm going to pop that inside and then pop my penguin on, and I think there's another part of the message I could put inside. Let's have a look and see. Let's pop that on there. Pop our little penguin here. And because this is the inside, I'm just putting it on straight rather than with any dimensionals. So I don't want it to sort of bulk out the card. Oops. So like that. So there's the inside, there's the outside. Let me see if there's a sentiment on here. So I've got Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, or to you and yours. I'll put and a Happy New Year if I can find that. I think it's this one. See how good my backwards reading is. smaller block. So I'm looking for my little scrap of paper. Just test this out. This one, but we'll do. And Happy New Year. It's quite small, but it will do the job. Just a little way down from the top. There we go. So that is it. That is our card for today. So I suspect most people will be catching up on replay later. So there's the inside, there's our outside. So I've literally just cut out the penguins using the Penguin Punch, but it's really easy to cut these characters out, especially the larger ones. So I'll do something with some scene building tomorrow. Today I just wanted to show you a basic card. I'll just lift that up to the screen. So a little bit of fun. Nice easy card. You could add a little bit of bling on there. That's what I was going to do. If I can see it, because I do have some gems that will match that. Bear with me. I have got snowflakes as well. Might add a few of those in the background. But our in colour gems, of course, they will be at the bottom. Go. Take my glasses off so I can see. So I'm going to put one on there. One on there. And then just pop a couple of snowflakes up in here. On this little snow scene. I'll take the hair out of the way. So there we go. There's a little bit of bling on there now as well. So there we are. Thank you so much for joining me. I do apologise for dashing off, but I will be back again tomorrow morning, and I'll be doing some more scenes with these papers from Celebration. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a nice evening, morning, afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. Thank you so much for watching today. Take care and look after yourselves. Hi, Michelle. So we'll be doing the penguins on Friday. You'll be pleased to hear that. And I do have your Wink of Stella ready as well. Okay, thanks for joining me, everybody. Take care now. Bye.